Good morning, John August back again. St. Oliver Plunkett, the 400th anniversary of his birth. Ceremony's going on here in Old Castle, and the place where he was born, Loughborough, which is just about a mile outside the town. Uh, so we'll continue now. Oliver continued to contest the legality of the London trial. He also protested regarding the lack of time to bring his witnesses and documents from Ireland, which will clearly show what these people are. He complained that he was brought out of his own country where these people would not be believed. Many perfectly innocent events were misconstrued and painted in a sinister light. Even though there was not a shred of material evidence to corroborate the allegations, and all was based on the assumed veracity of the witnesses, the jury took a mere 15 minutes to reach a guilty verdict. The Archbishop's sentence was handed down by Pemberton a week later. Before passing sentence, the Lord Chief Justice made a scathing attack on the Catholic religion, which he had no right to do, that miserable old yoke. She's rotten down below, which he claimed was a root of the Archbishop's treason. The accused repeated the rationale of his innocence and informed the court that his witnesses had now arrived in London, and all to no effect. The following is a sentence that's read: "You shall be drawn through the city of London unto Tyburn. You shall be hanged by the neck, but cut down before you are dead. Oh God Almighty! Your bowels will be be cut off." Attempts to intervene on the proclamation were made by Pope Innocent XI through Emperor Leopold's ambassador in London, the Spanish ambassador in London, and the Duchess of Modena, the Duke of York's mother-in-law, sought a commuted sentence. Even former Viceroy Lord Essex appealed directly to King Charles for a pardon. The King inquired as to why Essex had not said all this during the trial. "I dare pardon no one," was the King's reply. "His blood be upon your head, not mine." The odds were stacked against a fair hearing from the outset. The bias of the bench, tolerating overt leading of witnesses by prosecution counsel and a packed jury, did not augur well for the prospects. The, the prohibiting the prohibiting of a defence counsel in court beggars belief today. The defence was incredibly weak, without witnesses and with incriminating documents giving the impression of counsel after there were. The repercussions for England took proceedings over any possible consequences for Ireland. King Charles II signed the death warrant of the highest representative of the Catholic Church in Ireland. The King had the final say regarding the execution of clerics. There was no room for blaming his evil advisers in the decision making. The monarch's mask slipped when he later revealed to the French ambassador a cynical political motive for the necessity of the Archbishop's execution, which was the credibility of the prosecution witnesses for use in another trial, namely that of Lord Shaftesbury for high treason. The director of the plot was arrested shortly after the primate's death. Even the scaffold, the primate continued to maintain his innocence. He disclosed that a great peer sent me notice that he would save my life who was to accuse others. I never knew any conspirators in Ireland. I would not falsely secure any. The great peer in question was none other than the former Privy Council member Lord Shaftesbury. The Archbishop forgave all the witnesses who testified against him. He forgave all those who would play a part in his death. He prayed for those he may have offended, so he didn't offend anybody, for goodness sake. The King's Bench was guilty of a wrongful conviction. There was a blatant miscarriage of justice. Archbishop Oliver Plunkett, Primate of Ireland, said the ultimate price. He died with great resolution and his strong faith and humility alongside his unstinting dedication and heroic courage are crystal clear from a study of the trial. He was definitely stitched up. The Archbishop would have stated then, and we can categorically confirm now, that the evidence to convict him was plain romance. It wasn't, it was plain evil. Don't use a romance about something so evil. That's the British for you. Robbers, murderers, are the worst of us. They murder more Irish people than anybody else. Cheek at them. Now we well, I just leave it at that, and I'll do me other little bits after this.